when I'm changing scene, is my camera flying or is my camera just appearing? It's flying, right? Look at this, it's so cool, no? I can like shoo, 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 boom, boom. Okay, guys, and we are back here. So where do we have here? Who are we cheering for, guys? I think we might be cheering for Poby and Mickey. I would like to cheer for G2, but it's hard to say. I think I'm going to be cheering for Fnatic today, okay? What do we have here? We have Azir first pick with Dunyara, Gwen, Varus out. Jax, Poppy, and Nico is out as well here. Azir first pick, Talia to match it. So Poppy's going to play the Azir, Caps is going to play the Talia. I saw the fan vote between Poby and Caps, and it was actually quite favored towards, I think a little bit actually, not quite, but a little bit favored towards Poby, I believe, somehow. Pantheon and Talia. You know, this comp already tells you that they want to play on side lane, and this combo already tells you that they will not be as powerful in team fights. But this combo, Talia Pantheon, is very, very strong, especially on side lane, especially in the early game. Both champions have global ultimate, so they put a lot of pressure on enemy team, but also their 2v2, 3v3 is so strong. Pantheon stun into Talia W EQ, into Pantheon combo, it's so much damage, right? I like the Sion hover because the enemy team cannot really pick the Trundle, so I like the Sion lock in here. Fnatic is looking to draft more of that front to back comp. I don't know what are the plans. Jarvan looking. I like this Jarvan looking. I actually like how Fnatic is cooking the draft. They're gonna drop bot lane. I think this could be Ambessa potentially. I think this could be an Ambessa pick the same way that Vitality drafted against us. The same way I do think that right now Ambessa can be picked for G2. I mean, I don't really know how is Kled gonna perform in this game. I know that they buffed the champion, but I haven't really seen it a lot in solo queue, and I haven't really seen anybody play the champion. This is, I think, first Kled game in competitive in Europe, definitely, ever since the champion got changed. As you know, Kled actually got changed. So we will see how much damage he can do next in this game. And then Draven banned away against Hansama. Respect given. I don't think Draven would hate his life against Jarvan, Sion, Azir, so I'm not really sure where the Draven might comes from. But it is a Draven ban against Hansama. I mean, Hansama is a great Draven player, of course. This is one of better champions for upset. I like G2 is playing a dive comp. G2 is playing a very, very heavy dive comp. They can try to one-shot the Sion, or Jarvan rather. Jarvan is a good target. Braum and Lucian here, or now Lucian. I mean, I can see it. Lucian is not easy to play against Talia, but I think it would fit against the rest of the comp. Plus, I mean, it's a counter pick in the end. So now Lucian 0-6. Oh my god, Lucian 0-6. Come on, Fnatic. You guys got this. Alistar, it is. I think this is gonna be Alistar for sure. So these are the drafts, guys. Fnatic comp, very front to back focus. They don't want to get flanked. They want Lucian and Azir in the back. They want Sion Braum with Jarvan in the front. G2 comp, way more freestyle. Flanks from Kled, ult from Pantheon, ult from Talia, ult from Kai'Sa. A lot of tools. Champions can basically join every chaotic fight possible. Both teams have clear win cons. Let's see which one is better. Laning phase itself, I think G2 is starting off with the better early game in the top side and a little bit weaker 3v3s in the bot side. So Fnatic should be playing towards bot side, G2 should be playing towards top side. Let's see how much Kled can do in this game. Upset. Ooh, dashing away without killing that minion. Upset, I think, got a little bit shaky there. They used that ward in the bot side to make sure that Skumon doesn't look for the early gank. Oh my god, he got that ward. He got the ward, GG. Nah, but like seriously, Broken Blade is doing so well in this lane. Okay, he finally lost his mount and now he's just gonna play to get his mount back.
Okay, that was a pretty nice backstep.
Okay, Oscar trading a little bit. But BB gets the remount already. Okay, so this is the thing about the Kled, right? That's what he does. He loses the mount, he gets the mount back. Razor level 4, so is Skumon, but Fnatic botlane has the high prior here, so the wards will not be contested. Mickey using a plan to clear 2 wards from G2. That's very nice, actually. Full bot side control from the side of Fnatic. Fnatic being 3-0 when G2 is only 1-0, lol. Actually, it's kind of crazy that G2 is playing their second game when Fnatic is playing their last game already. Fnatic has no more games after this one. If they win this one, they are 4-0. They are first in their group. The lane CS is overall quite even besides top lane. BB has a clear lead over Oscar. The thing is, though, would you say that Kled needs to... Oh, there is a trade going on. Isn't Labrov going a little bit too deep? He's already have HP. He's under a lot of pressure. Mickey X, Mickey X, Mickey... Okay, there was no kill, but Hansama will have to also be pushed back. Labrov trading aggressively, but the trade from Upset and Mickey is perfect there. And that's -2 for the side of Labrov. No flash, no cleanse now. No flash, no heal. Poby trying to cancel base, very nicely done. He does cancel Caps. Caps is currently ahead in CS. Good trade onto Poby. Ooh, they are fighting each other, and I love to see that. Both, neither mid laner is backing up, they're just staring each other down. Okay, another trade going on. Mickey used his flash for no reason so far.
There is a steady CS advantage building for Broken Blade on the top side. Oscar currently getting run down in lane.
Razor trying to zone aimbotting from CS. He's committing a ult. I think that potentially will be a flash from Hansama, but Labrov doesn't have that luck. He has no flash, and that's a first one for Fnatic. Come on! Come on! That's huge for Fnatic here. That's gonna be a plate as well. And remember that Fnatic is not the same team currently. They do get leads early, but they snowball them into victories. They don't just throw the games. Oscarinin currently about 12 CS behind after he picks up this wave. Is my math correct? 11 CS behind. Now my math was incorrect, but I was almost there.
Turning their attention toward the red buff, just denying some of these smaller resources.
G2 know this is going down thanks to that ward, and Labrov starting to come across.
Okay, Razor gets that red buff. And Skewman is in a lot of trouble, but Upset is not here. Upset is not here. Upset is not here, and they get one shot. And Mickey's gonna die as well. Were they too greedy? Were they too greedy? Were they too greedy? What's Fnatic? Did Fnatic overplay their hand? Lucian was going back to the wave top, but Razork was still playing for the red buff. Let's look at this again. They do get the buff, but then Razork has no EQ. He tries to proc his passive on Hansama, but Hansama was fast to react. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. That was supposed to be a good play, and it turned out really bad. What does Fnatic do? What is the next play here? There is a lane swap happening. Both teams can look for a Dragon. So far, grabs for G2 and Dragon for Fnatic. Poby is now with one item. Poby and Caps pretty much equal in farm. Lucian is 20 CS ahead. But overall, gold lead is on the side of G2. And now I feel like in this fight, Skewman has his flash, Labrov has his ult again. Yeah, Dragon being started by G2 here. They feel confident, they feel they are stronger. Hansama has Kraken Slayer and Pickaxe. I don't think Fnatic can contest this. Razor is just committing to his clear to get mid tower if you don't get Herald. Both teams are really good. Mickey, no flash here. Pantheon has ult, Tali has ult. This is terrible for Fnatic. Even though they didn't die, you have two people with global ults collapsing on the bot tower. Fnatic has all the grabs as well. There's a TP from Poby. Poby's trying to defend. Oh my god, the ult is insane from Skewman. That's an insta-kill. Skewman is not even tagged here. Poby's under pressure as well. Poby's trying to run away. Skewman, Upset is flashing in. I think Skewman is gonna die. Skewman is surely gonna die. My god, Skewman is not dead! He's not dead! What? He's just insane! And a Poby! Oh my god! How does he not die? The Thunder Sky. Bro, Thunder Sky is so getting nerfed after this one. Thunder Sky is so getting nerfed after this one. Surely. Surely. Lucian flashes onto Pantheon, but Pantheon is not tagged by the Brom passive, and the heal comes through. W from Skewmont. Look at this again. Skewmont flashes out. Auto Q. Another auto. Oh my, no way, man. He survives like 10 HP. And then Poby, yeah. He gets the minions and he is cooked right after. Herald used for this mid tower here. They are looking for Caps. Caps has to flash surely, right? Okay, well, Razor doesn't commit his ult. But okay, Razor commits his ult now. But now you're deep, Razor. Now you're way too deep. Why do you commit ult when you're under tower? Why don't you commit ult earlier? What is this? What are you doing? Poby is already tipping to top side. He gives up the Dragon. He's trying to catch the wave. That didn't make any sense to me, chat. What was that?
He has the flash and says, I know you can't kill me. There is no follow-up here. And he called
And that's Poby TP top lane, so that's gonna be an insta attack as well. And there is 9 to 11 flowers, and this would probably bring G2 to over 20 to 11.
Topside counterplay is a single tower. And now Mickey might just give his life.
What?
Over,
What?
hoping maybe to find the smite. It's not gonna happen.
Mickey just said, for me, always, brother Mickey, with G2 since 2019. What was that, Mickey? You flashed over a wall and you smited it for them to just die as well? That's borderline win trading. Okay. Mickey is always there to protect. And Broken Blade is here to attack. Sion is pretty tanky, not gonna Labrov under pressure as well. Labrov still holds his ult. Oh, Poby's in danger. Poby gets that form an insect though, but I don't think that's gonna change anything. Scuman is in trouble right now. He has no flash, right? But his E was perfect. And Fnatic is getting rolled. Wait, look at bot lane. Look, oh my god, Oscar got a soul kill as well. Oh, Bibi is committing for the tower. Can he at least die? He still has ult, I believe. Okay. He's getting run down. I don't think he can get the transformation. Oh my god, he gets the remount. He's on upset right now. He's running away. Oh my god, and BB gets the tower and gets out. Gets the tower and gets out. And what about Baron? Look at Kled's items. He's 2.7 cold ahead. So is Kai'Sa, but Kled has 3 items. He looks so strong. Mickey has to face check. Mickey. The flat. What? That's not good. Look at Poby. Poby's caught. Poby goes over the wall. Fnatic is trying to disengage now. Mickey the target. I guess nobody died yet. That's a good thing. Broken Blade is going back in. He's deep. He's on to Lucian. Broken Blade. Oh my god, the damage from Broken Blade is insane. But he's gonna die. He's not dead. He's not dead, guys. He's not dead. Look at him. Look at him bringing him down. What an insane play. Holy moly, the Kled looks OP. Since when is the Kled looking OP? It looked bad, now it looks OP. Okay, top tower is going to get taken as well. BB? BB? Oh my, BB? BB? Surely this time, right? Okay. This time, okay, Lucian gets the kill. Wait, they found Scuman as well. I think that's gonna be Scuman flashing away at some point. Oh my god, Scuman is actually, what? Scuman is killing. Oh my god, his Q was good. I mean, surely he's dead now. Okay, Scuman did a lot of damage there, considering it was a 1v3. So G2 with a little bit of an inta. Can they get the dragon? The dragon is the big one. 20 seconds. They can try to deny the soul here. Okay, they will rush the dragon. Oh my god, Caps with the shove. Mickey's out, they have HP. Hansama still holding ult. BB already TP'd. Scuman is not gonna be here. I think Oscarini will be the sacrificial lamb here. Caps is looking for Mickey. Oh, Mickey is left alone against his ex-teammates. Broken Blade Caps walking up to him slowly, creeping on. And Mickey is dead to Caps. And right now he wishes Caps was on his side, but no. Caps is on the other side of the rift. And Mickey is dead.
Moving in onto the bottom side. There's nothing in their way. They have no tank, they have no support.
Oh, wait, the trade? Oh, they are diving in Poby with the 2-man ult. Pantheon is ulting in. He flashed up, he's on Poby. Poby's dead. Poby's dead. Jarvan flashes in. EQ's out, but he's dead as well. Wow. What a performance from G2. Early game was a little bit shaky, especially on that bot lane 2v2. I feel like Mickey and Upset getting the better of Labrov and Hans. But then as soon as mid-game approaches, it just seems like G2 is so much more cohesive. They look better in teamfights. They have better understanding of their champions. Wow. That was a masterclass from G2, really. Fnatic was supposed to be one of their stronger teams, and they look like clowns against G2. Unaraband. Nico first pick. I mean, Mickey had a good games on Nico. I think that's good. Okay, let's see here now. What is G2's answer to this? They could go a Karma lane. They could also do a more aggressive Rel lane, possibly. Rakan lane is still available as well. Rakan Zaya, maybe. And Karma as the counter pick to Nico, plus you also get a chanter that buffs Xin Zhao. This draft for now makes sense from G2 side. Kai'Sa is out, so I wouldn't be surprised if we look for something like Ezreal. Or do they just drop here? Or Yana open as well. Fnatic should aim for a wombo combo with the Nico pick. Wukong is the no-brain pick, I like that one a lot. And Annie, okay. Fnatic has 3 champions that can pull the trigger, and they can absolutely one-shot somebody. Like, G2 might just get bodied in every fight that starts from Fnatic. Galio, oh my, okay, G2 is cooking. Galio 3-0 in the LEC currently. Very good pick into Annie, he is just tanky. A good peeler as well. Ambessa still open for Fnatic. They could look for a dive com with Ambessa. I mean, they do already have a dive com. Wukong pick is easy answer to Xin. Well, you can choose Wukong or you can choose Trundle. Because Pantheon is out and Jarvan is out. Ambessa. So Fnatic doesn't want G2 to pick Ambessa on 4. They prefer to instead remove it. Galio is a rather low damage mid laner, so I feel like G2 needs more damage. Does BB play Aurora? This could be Aurora top game for BB. Aurora top game or maybe something like Ornn top. Then you have enough AP damage from Galio, Ornn, Karma, and then you can just secure AD carry and just play towards that person. Olaf. Actually, I feel like Olaf is not that bad of a jungler right now in the meta. Ezreal, I feel like it's contested from both sides. Ezreal is 5-0. G2 knows how to draft. G2 went to look at win rates and they're just drafting every champion as a good win rate. Cassante, Jhin. Rek'Sai top! Rek'Sai top! Rek'Sai getting buffed and BB being a big Rek'Sai player in the past. Okay, guys, no way G2 wins this draft. I mean, seriously, Cassante is gonna be unkillable. If Fnatic loses this draft, Fnatic might as well pack their bags and pack me the fries and boil me the burger. There's just no way. Cassante against Rek'Sai, Xin, Galio, and Ezreal. This Cassante is gonna be a problem. Rek'Sai top lane, ain't no way, man. Ain't no way. BB is cooking, though. I mean, you know what? BB made the game exciting for me, so I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I like it, but I just feel like it's so hard to pull off Rek'Sai top lane here. Because they didn't buff Rek'Sai top lane as per se, they just buff Rek'Sai as a champion. Rek'Sai starts Zabio. So, chat, I will just explain to you quickly how does Rek'Sai top work. What he does is he collects Fury, and every time he collects Fury and he goes underground, he heals based on how much Fury he has. The reason why he's a good top laner is because you can take super aggressive trades and then you can easily heal up back with your Fury. You have a good gank setup and you permanently push against Cassandra. The problem I see with it, they actually nerfed how much Fury he gets for hitting minions, so he doesn't automatically regen all of his health easily by getting that passive proc, right? So now the question is, can he heal enough? Can he sustain enough? Because Rek'Sai is more of a lane bully. He doesn't scale that well, right? He's not a very oppressive champion later on in the game. So can he win the lane enough for the pick to be justifiable? Or is he planning on scaling? As you know, the E and the R is changed. You can see it below. It actually does way more damage in fights than it used to. Wait, there is a 2v2, there's 1-1 here. I think Wukong wins this one. The longer the fight is, the better it gets to Wukong. As you can see, he has so much armor. I think Razor gets that E off. Okay. Fully stacked Mickey is already here. Labrov is moving on Hans Sama though. Mickey already used his heal. I feel like this fight should be good. Poby is coming. Labrov has to flash. Labrov is in trouble. Poby is flanking. Labrov is gonna flash very well. And yes! There you go. And G2, this time Razor coming out on top in that one-on-one. Poby also moving first, Labrov stepping too far. Chat, there is no way G2 is gonna win this game if they fall behind early. I mean, come on. Razor, Labrov, rooted. I think that's a kill. I think that's gonna be 2. And Upset gets the kill. Labrov on range support, not really performing. No, I think Oscar is fine here. There's Cookie, there is Doran Shield, I think he's okay. Oscar might be looking for a base zone. He's only 3 CS behind right now. Hansama? No flash. You will never kill Rek'Sai. I mean, that's the thing that Champ does well, it's just annoying. And that true damage from me is nice. Honestly, I feel like that true damage from me might be the reason why Rek'Sai top could be viable into tanks. just because whenever you trade, you just proc the passive every single time and you're chilling.
Got the vision down early. There was
Oh,
actually
Cabs,
no
nice
creep
last
available
hits
on
and a
Mickey
quick
or
trade
Razor,
onto
so quickly
Poby.
turning it out. And G2 just used that information.
Oh,
and Freebies rolling
completely
towards speed to just
XD-DQing.
get full control.
BB,
The base damages
Oscar.
on the Galio, absolutely absurd and make it very difficult. BB
They
gets
keep
good
on trading, but the trades are
Oscar
so good
misses
for the
W,
Rek'Sai,
so
it's regens
BB will get
instantly.
underneath the tower, and you can see Oscar and just constantly try and get that
BB
free
has
back
his
for
E maxed out and maxing W second, so he's maxing that knock up.
It's just not happening.
BB is looking for that true damage E right now, that's why he's so cocky, you see this? He walks up, he tries to auto, then he procs his E, he does about 220 true damage, and then he goes back.
Getting away with murder in so many of these circumstances. Oscar, it's so difficult.
His stuns are only on a 2-second cooldown as well right now. But all in, I think Oscar wins.
Now he might just try to go all out, but Broken Blade already backing off. We'll just go right back under the ground and start.
As soon as long as BB has his tunnel available, he's never gonna die to Cassandra. 2v2. Okay, flash in by Caps. Okay, Poby flashes out. I think this is really good for Fnatic. I'm pretty sure Caps is dead. Poby, can he get the stun off? Okay, 1-for-1 so far. Wait, they're fighting, but T-Bird is messing him up. And, okay, oh, this is gonna be a kill, right? There is no way Skimmer is getting out of this. Absolute. And Fnatic on the board. Come on, 800 gold. Let's go. And that's huge. Razor 3-0-1 now on that Wukong. So fed.
And that deadly flourish from downtown seals the deal. Again, great call from Razor.
Fnatic thinks that they can look for that gank, but Razor is in the brush. He does so much more damage than Skewmont. And even though Skewmont gets that kill, Tibbers now gets enraged, goes on to Skew.
The angry Tibbers and that deadly flourish can take down Skewmont.
Yep. Felt a little bit close there. Skewmont surviving on a blink.
Very well done. I wonder if that kill would have been a little bit better on Jhin than Wukong, but I think Wukong uses kills well. Trinity4 is now finished on the Wukong. Razork.
TP down from Oscar. Razork wandering in.
Okay, BB. BB is having to run away. Wait, BB? Wait,
keeping
it. But
been a misclick. Wrong tunnel. Now he's running.
One. Okay, BB. Oh, he's tipping. No way. Oh my God! No way he's out! No way he's out like that! No way, man! Currently, Fnatic has the Dragon, G2 has the grabs. Oscar. This one-on-one between Cassandra and Galio is very heavy towards Cassandra, but Oscar is 1v3. His team is already collapsing, though, so how much time he can buy?
Q3 ready to go. All of G2 retreating because they see Poby on the way. Pull back onto Skewmont is good.
I don't know if he had to flash out. He was really tanky there. Poby? Okay, I mean, this Rek'Sai is only tanky. He doesn't do any damage. I believe they outscale on pretty much every position. Mickey under a lot of pressure. But okay, Galio is here as well. Razork is on the wrong side of the read, but nobody dies. TP from Poby. Poby has to flash. Poby has to flash. That's a one-shot. That's a one-shot. Now Hans-Sama looking for Mickey. Razork has flash. Razork flashes out.
Trying desperately to make it away.
I think Razork should be out here. He's still getting chased. Caps is trying to flank here. They're playing for that bot tower. Poby TP is in and just dies.
That was real bad in this game. So all it would take
Razork now is flanking. This could be a fight right now. They're gonna pull the trigger. Flash in for Poby. That's a dead block off. Mickey also uses his ult. Skewmont is getting chunked a bit. But that's it, right? That's one kill. There is no Baron. There is no Dragon. The best they can do now is push out top lane, and then they can try to group around this Dragon, possibly. Like, what are they gonna get? Because Poby has now no flash, right? And any flash. Okay, Razork finding here Caps. Caps procs phase rush. That's it. That's it. And now Razork is in trouble. Wait, Skewmont trading his ult. Following. I think Caps is gonna TP soon. Oh my God, no way, man. Poby is dead. Poby's dead. Skew is dead as well. And then Razork is dead too. No way, man. Razork is trying to make a proactive play, but out of his proactive play, Fnatic just loses. Skewmont goes in, fights it slow, gets a kill. G2 is playing for bot tier 2, though, but Nash is up. Caps and Karma are rotating. Poby has no flash. This has a ult. Poby is caught. Poby is dead. Can Fnatic do anything? Can Fnatic get the Baron? Wait! Oscar is here. BB flashes in. Caps flashes out. Caps is now, I think Caps is gonna die. That's not a shutdown, but it's a kill for Oscar. Mickey is still chasing. Broken Blade now in trouble, possibly. Razor gets the knockup on the tunnel, but BB has 3 tunnels anyway!
The secret tunnels are everywhere, Jankos.
The gold is dead even. The gold is dead even.
Oh,
Drake advantage for G2.
that man's an Avatar fan. Razork, though, again,
Labrov?
this is the struggle is, you know, you have
Razork?
a brief advantage.
I don't know who is in trouble here. Mickey! Mickey with the 2-man, but Labrov flash away. Hansama to his cleanse. BB still very low. Skummer is not with the team. That was a flash from Mickey. Oh no, Mickey no flash. Oh no, Mickey no flash. Good route. Good double route. Skew loses half. I feel like after that clutch performance and after how annoying he is on Rek'Sai, I would give him the MVP if G2 wins. If G2 does go 2-0 against this, like I think that's a MVP Broken Blade angle. I mean, Skew also looks really good though. I mean, wait, there's a TP. That's a Poby, right? No, that's Oscar. That's Poby. I can't say. What? What? Poby? And the ult from Broken Blade goes so deep. He's out. Now TP from Oscar this time. I don't know if that's a miscommunication or what happened there, but Poby is 1-5.
Off to the side, ready to taunt in.
Razork.
Razork backstepping, but Broken Blade can just find him.
Can Razork get in there? He has no flash, 8k, 7k. Baron going down so quickly. Skillmod is turning though. G2 is turning, they stop Nash. Mickey gets only 1 knockup. But everything is getting used on Broken Blade. Broken is the tank. He wants them to hit him. He wants them to hit him. Chat, I refuse to believe that Fnatic is losing with this draft against G2's draft. Are tanks just OP?
The unkillable Demon Queen in the mid lane. She turned it.
I'm gonna clap.
I did not expect
Can I get some claps in the chat? Because we have a claps on the rift.
But even if you dive in, who are you getting?
Oh wait, Mickey gets a 3-man. Mickey gets a 3-man, but Galio is there. Mickey getting run down slowly. Hookling is already dead. The pressure is on Skumon, but he has the shields from Karma. Skumon so low, but doesn't die. He doesn't die, shot. He's unkillable. Can't say the same about the whole Fnatic team. Actually, never mind. After this 1-0, with double sounders up. Look, he's trying to. I mean, he's trying to hit them, but he does no damage. 1, 2. Every shot hit so far. Now he missed. Labrov shield himself. He's gonna survive. W misses. Caps. Oh my God. GG's. 2-0. 2-0. Full camera, and then like this is so professional. It's crazy. Can you heal yourself? You cannot, right?
Myself, yeah.
Oh, I can, but you are very quiet.
I mean, usually I'm right.
Okay, that's perfect.
Should
I'm just
be
gonna make
fine.
you louder than me. That's perfect. You are the star now. Okay,
Well.
Gaps. I have a few questions for you. I don't wanna make it.
Yeah.
I know that normally you are not a guy who is that depressed instantly. You get depressed when you talk to the team. I don't know how to like, but yeah, chat, say hello to Grabs. Yeah. Well, I don't want to take too much of your time because I know that you probably want to talk to the team, right?
Yeah.
And you guys probably all have interviews right now. So I have a few questions for you. I wrote them down so I don't forget them. Basically, the most curious I am is about Poby, so I'm just going to straight up start with that one. Actually, no, you know what? Let's just talk about this game first.
Okay.
I'm not going to ask a specific question about this game. I'm just going to ask. You guys will most likely finish second in your group now because you won every single game besides
I think
that
we're
one.
locked even because of tiebreakers. I think we're locked.
Okay, so no matter what, you cannot be first anymore?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so are you satisfied with this? Do you think this is expected, or is the lose against G2 super disappointing?
I mean, you wanted to win, of course, but I think ultimately every team just want to be top 2. So we're top 2, and it's 1 best of 5 to go to Worlds. Probably against KC, and that means fine, but the way we lost today is very disappointing. Not surprising, but disappointing.
Okay, and would you... Sorry, because I don't actually know the system in this split,
Yeah.
which is a bit weird. But you guys will play KC because KC is first or second? First.
First, yes.
So first play second, and second play first. And if you win that one, insta go to Worlds.
Yes.
So if you win against potentially KC, you go to Worlds.
Yes.
Okay, so that's actually very easy way to go to Worlds. I mean, no, KC is a strong team, but
yeah,
but just one
weird.
BO5.
Yes, the format
Okay.
is very weird. That's why like every team again, top 2 was really important. We got top 2, and we have now 3 weeks to prepare, right?
Okay, I mean that's and oh yeah, actually you are done now.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of time.
Yeah,
This
we
is
have-
perfect.
Next week is we have off, then it's the off week from Riot, and then we play. So in 3 weeks we play.
Did you guys actually feel like you had enough time before the split started? Since you changed a player?
Yeah, but it just feels so weird that like in the week 1 we played 2 games, and our half of the season was over after
Yeah.
the 1 week. It just feels really weird.
But it's BO3s at least.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the system. It is what it is. Again, top 2. We should be happy with that. But again, the way we played today wasn't
Okay.
satisfactory.
That makes sense. Going forward, I want to ask about Poby. I think he's like a big. Everybody's talking about him. You know, he's like a coming from Europe. He's supposed coming from Korea.
Yeah.
He's supposed to save Europe. Some rosy to him. He did have like a little bit of a shaky performance today, but overall he looked really, really good. I think in games against BDSSK and against Team Heretics, I think he was just very consistent. How is he adapting? Do you think to Western teams? How is he adapting to our culture? How is he in Fnatic? Do you think he is a little bit homesick, or do you think he's very comfortable in the team?
I mean, his mom is right now here. She came over.
His mom is here.
Yeah.
Nice.
So hello to Poby mom. Sorry
Hello
for
to
the day.
Poby mom.
He's adapting too fast. He's getting too European too quickly.
Really?
No, I think in lane, I think he's good enough. It just he adapts really like slowly to the scrims in Europe because they're very different than in Asia, right?
You mean like
Discipline, how it's being
oh,
played.
so
all
like
this
you
stuff.
mean that Korea? Just to be clear, Korea has way more discipline.
Yeah.
And in Europe, it's okay.
Yeah, basically, he was asking how can review of every lane boom after 5 minutes.
Really?
That's what happened in the beginning. We're like, yeah, welcome to Europe. Everybody will just fist fight. Besides that, though, like he's very communicative. He tries a lot. His English is fine. Like we can talk to normally. So he adapts well. I think he feels part of the team. I don't think there's any like cultural difference or barrier within that.
I think I watched some of you guys' mic checks, and he actually seems to be very clear about his matchups and about like how the game should be played. Like he seems like he's trying to make like a pretty vague but kind of a plan on how the game should go.
I think he's like every other player that is ahead that can make a plan. But if you're ahead, it's way easier, right? I can push this wave, I can do this, I can do this. So he's really good at that. If he's behind, he doesn't talk as much, but I think that's every player. So I wouldn't say he's necessarily talking more or less than what you would expect. Obviously, though, we thought he would talk less because he can't speak English that well, but he came in and spoke good English, so we're happy with that.
And nowadays, though, you don't really want players to speak English. You want players to, you know,
Yeah.
know as less English as possible.
Yeah, pretty much.
And how
yeah.
would you compare the team? I suppose how is the maybe not the atmosphere itself, but do you think a lot changed from you getting Poby and Humanoid? Like, do you think the team dynamic had to shift a lot? Do you think there's more responsibility on other laners now, or do you think it's actually quite similar with just maybe like a slightly different player?
I think just having a new player shifts and breaks open the notions you have beforehand, right? Imagine you play with Luca, like with Perks, for 3 years. You know how he thinks. You know he knows how you think. It's hard to have discussions. And with a new player, everybody in the team, especially the three from Fnatic, can't just say, "Oh, we couldn't do this because there's this player." Not saying they said Humanoid, but if you play together for 3 years,
it's just
this
you
can
know
happen,
having
right?
yeah, exactly. Playing with each other for a long time, you have less discussions because it just feels like players, they are supposed to know each other, and then actually you can push each other less in a way, in my opinion.
Exactly.
So I think change is needed. Sometimes it's not like somebody's a problem, but it's like he's not solution, you know. And Poby can be the solution just to freshen things up a bit.
Yeah. So for example, if Ivan wants to do something different, Razok, sorry, and he said, "Oh, Humanoid wouldn't do this," and Poby says, "Yeah, I wouldn't do this either." He's like, "Oh." It's the second millionaire now who says this is bad. Okay, maybe I'm wrong then, right?
Okay, yeah,
So
actually that makes sense.
It's easier to admit that. I'm not saying that's even necessarily is wrong in many ideas, but then you just shift your mindset a bit.
Okay.
For sure.
That makes a lot of sense. And well, how are you guys overall doing in scrims? Are you guys winning a lot of scrims? Is it the mood in the team? I think I saw Razork a lot with Poby. Like even I think it was maybe week 1 or week 2. I don't remember. I think it was week 1 where I saw them instantly reviewing the game after the game finished, and it seems like Razork was trying to hack Poby. So I assume that they are close in the team, and the team mood is better, or is it worse than in Spring Split?
The team mood is better, and the players also talk more with the game themselves. Beforehand, it was pretty much between every game, players at PC, not talking to each other. Now it's that they huddle around, okay, mid-game, whatever. Like what you want to have, right? Players need to talk a lot more, and now we do that. So that's pretty nice.
So the last question I want to ask you is actually according to what you just said, because I know that you were pretty loud on social media about how you want players to treat scrims seriously and how you can kind of tell a difference between a team trying individually and reviewing the games themselves, like you mentioned, and then, you know, being there outside of the working hours and scrims and putting in the effort, and then team not doing that? Do you feel like the team actually like is stepping up right now in the summer split to make it to Worlds, to actually get stronger? Do you think that you can step on the toes of top 3 teams, which unfortunately Fnatic doesn't belong to right now? I mean, no offense, but like you guys didn't really make top. You know, it's like KC, MCO, and G2.
I mean, I think we played today a lot worse than we should have. I think game 2 draft maybe can be hard. Maybe it was a bad draft. It's just hard to say because in scrims this would work. Because with Wukong and Nico.
I mean, to be honest, I don't even know. Like, to me, that was very surprising that because I don't know if tanks are OP now, but enemy team had only tanks and they seem like have a low damage comp, but the 1-3-1 was so good, you know, so much pressure from the Rexy and Silent and so on.
I don't even think it was that good by them. I think we just failed to connect. Like Annie, for example, you said probably a rough game, but Annie's a champion to connect and like take off, right?
Yeah.
So you need to join her. We didn't really do that. So they just pushed our 3 lanes and we're like, where do we go? I don't know, like basically, right? And maybe that's a draft issue, maybe just us being after the game 1 that we threw away. I think game 1 was like the red fight, where again Fnatic.
Yeah, the red buff where you guys.
we beat ourselves again, like in Fnatic fashion.
I mean, that didn't feel like a bad fight in itself, but you guys were disconnected. Upset was already going back to the wave, and the 2 of them were still invading. And then because Upset wasn't there, they fought hard, and Kai'Sa could join.
And it's not only that the fight itself was bad, but also like their bot lane couldn't get out of the lane. Like, push the perma push.
But you guys gave them the chance.
Talia had no flash mid lane. Like they both can't play if nothing happens, basically.
Yeah.
Instead, we invade, we die, they push the waves out, and suddenly we lose advantage.
But I feel like in a way, these kind of mistakes, when they happen, it's good because it's easy to fix, right? Because you can always be like, oh, the player just maybe made a miscalculation, but you know, as long as the macro is working, then, you know, individual mistake on game read when it comes to invading seems to be an easy fix, right? But for Fnatic, it seems like it's been happening for a while now. So from your perspective, it must be frustrating.
Yeah, I'm not happy with it for sure.
Are you gonna flame the players right now?
I think they know themselves, right? And you were a player yourself, I think.
Yeah, but like, are you gonna go to the room and are gonna like,
I mean, you know me, you know who I am, right?
Yeah, you're not gonna do that. You're a nice guy.
I'm just saying, disappointed that.
Yeah.
Like telling them they know themselves, they fucked up. It's fine. Again, that's why we have 3 weeks, right? It's fine to be worse today, but in 3 weeks we have to be better than K-Cup. And then if we win that, no one cares.
Yeah, then you are going to Worlds, and that's, I'd say, a success considering how the year went for you guys.
Yeah. And you asked for scrims, like right now, it's more flippy than Humanoid. Like we have more really good and really bad days. So against other top 3 teams, sometimes we go like 5-1, 6-0, but also 0-6 sometimes.
Oh wow! So that's very flippy.
Yeah. But I think as a team we make more often cohesive decisions than before.
I see. So okay. I thank you. I wish you farewell now. You can go join your team. I'm sure that you guys have a debrief or something probably soon. So thank you for being here, and it was nice to see you.
Likewise. Take care, man.
Yeah, take care. Bye-bye. Okay, chat. We are here on our own again. I'm gonna mute the mic. Yeah, well, chat. I hope you enjoyed the interview with Grabs. It was actually very insightful. I think that I didn't know that Poby would adapt so well to being in Europe, and that Poby would so quickly be, speaking English on a good level. It seems like he must have been learning it in Korea already, right? So thank you to Grabs. Thank you for enlightening us really about, how the things are inside Fnatic team and how the team is functioning, right? And again, Humanoid wasn't necessarily the problem. It was possibly that Poby can be the solution. So far, we didn't see it. They have 3 weeks now to prepare before the playoffs games. They are done with regular season. Next week, we're not going to see them. And we will see how Fnatic can deal with KC. Potentially, if KC makes it out as the first seed of the group, which I think there's a high chance they will, because I think KC is facing... don't get me when why don't you hack? We hacked when he came here. I actually am not sure why I didn't hack again. But KC is going to be playing Vitality tomorrow, guys, okay? So looking at the browser here, we are going to have tomorrow KC at 5 p.m. facing against Vitality and G2 facing BDS. I do think G2 is going to be first in their group, because I don't think they are going to drop games anymore if they won against Fnatic. And I also think that KC should be able to beat Vitality. But Vitality did have a much better game today. Chat,